What is trolling? I mean, we all hear that word so much. It's abused on the internet. Yet, if you go to anybody else in real life and you say, hey man, this guy trolled me real hardcore, and there people are going to look at you like you're crazy. Trolling is purely an online definition, and it really has no impact in the real world. But in definition, almost, I don't know the verbatim definition because it's an internet term. It can't really be defined exactly the same as it would be a real word that we use in everyday life. But in my best interpretation of trolling, trolling is intentionally messing with somebody in a way that makes them get angry and give you a specific kind of reaction that you're basically looking for, or any type of reaction that's out of the extraordinary. Now, the whole point we do trolling, and there's two versions of it. There's trolling to do it with just friends, and there's trolling to do it to record it. The whole reason we do it with friends is so we can just have a laugh at people. We always do it because we find it humorous that people get so angry, so upset, they blurt out obscenities, they do so many different things just to get some sort of release of their anger at you because you've been intentionally messing with them. And yet we record it so that we can show and laugh at these people who take video games so seriously that they find the need to scream and shout at the top of their lungs and do crazy things. That is a definition of trolling. Now, obviously, we're still talking about that whole Minnesota Burns issue at hand, but I'm not really addressing that. I'm talking about really defining what trolling means. And trolling is to be giving a genuine reaction to genuinely pissing somebody off. Not running the same run-of-the-mill thing that's going to get somebody to give you a boring reaction. I'm talking you decide to act out in a different manner. For example, doing squeakers. So, if I start talking like this to somebody and I'm interrogating somebody, I may get a reaction. But if I switch my voice to, hey, fuck you, you little bitch, you suck at this game, and I'm killing this person repeatedly, and I'm doing this because they have a genuine reaction to people who have a high-pitched voice, and they initially get angry at them, because we all know that Call of Duty and Halo are rated M games, so kids under the age of 17 shouldn't be playing the game, but we do the squeaker voice, or we get angry at squeakers because they shouldn't be playing this game. They genuinely are usually pretty bad at the game. And on top of that, we've noticed that if you are a kid and you've been playing these online games for a long period of time, you have less restraint over the words you say, and you tend to curse more. And that is just a pretty genuine fact about most kids. Now, I mean, we talk about this a lot, and we really don't ever think about it to the extent that I'm trying to explain, but if we are playing with a bunch of kids that are 12, 15, 16, whatever years old that are under the M-rated age, they shouldn't be playing, so we find it's a little easier to antagonize them because they've been on the game way less, or sometimes they're like super try-hard, or they're trying to play the game to win matches. And thus is one of the main reasons we attack younger age kids, because they should not be on the game to begin with. Their parents bought the game for them, and we find it funny to poke fun at kids because they take the game so seriously. Now, sometimes we attack people who are older, and because they have a better reaction, because most of the time we think of older people to have more of a temper control, with the exception of people who just grew up angry, much like myself. So, I mean, if you can really attack somebody of an older age, I find that reaction to be much funnier, because a person at that age who starts losing their mind and freaking out because you've been messing with them is much funnier than a kid, because a kid is much more susceptible to the trolling. And it's just so funny, in my opinion, to see genuine reactions, and when somebody does a fake one, it's really kind of disheartening, because it's so easy to attack these kids. It's so easy to attack an adult as well, but you really have to work at it for an adult, whereas a kid, it's so easy to get a reaction out of them. So if you can do adult trollings and get them really upset, that's much funnier than getting a kid to react, because we've all expected the kids to react in specific ways. And that is a real definition, in my opinion, of what trolling should mean to a community of live streaming or YouTuber or just anything. If you're having fun doing it, that's a different story compared to putting videos up on the internet about it and claiming them for money.